everyone, welcome back to another reading vlog. It is definitely a special day to be doing a reading vlog because this vlog will be me reading Onyx Storm. We have her here, she's all like packaged up. I just got it from Amazon, so we're gonna unbox Onyx Storm right now. It has been sitting here for a few days since release day, but I've not started this vlog until now, so I was like, it was killing me just having this like sitting here, not being able to open it, but I think it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. Oh, wow, she is just majestic. Oh, I love it. I'm honestly a big fan. So I'm just going to be bringing you guys along with me over the next few days or week or just however long it takes me to read this book. It's definitely not short, so I'm not going to rush through it. I will just bring you guys along with me for it. This will be 100% spoiler free, so you can of course watch this vlog if you have not read Fourth Wing or any of these books so far. So yeah, let's just get into it. Low-key starting this vlog on the best foot ever because me and my little Onyx Storm book, we are going to go out to the car and we're going to drive to the loch to sit and read. If any of you follow me on TikTok, you will know my absolute favourite place in the entire world to read is down at the loch, but it's more of a summer thing purely for the reason that like when I come home from work at night and stuff, it's dark, so I just don't really have time, or I maybe don't have time at the weekends to go. So this is going to be the first time that I've gone down to the loch to read since I finished Throne of Glass. Sorry, like how crazy is that? I'm so excited. But we're so back today with Onyx Storm. I'm gonna pack my Kindle as well just because I've not actually finished the book that I'm currently reading, which is Caught Up by Liz Tom Ford. It's like the third book in the Windy City series, and I'm just bringing it just in case like I need a little break from how intense Onyx Storm is. This is so exciting. I've not done this in so long and this is such like a comfort activity for me. The weather is not the best we've ever had. That's why I used to love going in the summer, like if it was a nice night and like going and reading like at the sunset. But honestly, the amount of times that I've read when it's been like pouring rain as well, and I've loved the vibes, like it's fine. Just about to leave, but Lara is reading Out on a Limb, which I recommended, and she is loving life. So if you were needing a sign to read Out on a Limb, that's it. Lara is loving it. Guys, I might have made a little tiny quick stop on the way to come here because there was just nothing in the house that I wanted to eat, and there's nothing really else I could do other than get a Taco Bell, okay? Me and Taco Bell have such a toxic relationship. Like, to be honest, I hate it. Like, I do not, every single time I get a Taco Bell, I'm like, I regret that, and that wasn't good. But sometimes I just feel like McDonald's is so bland, and like a KFC, like I just don't walk around craving dry chicken. I love like a little bit of Mexican, so that's where I'm always like, oh okay, I'll get like a Taco Bell, but I always regret it. But today I didn't order much. I got a chicken quesadilla and then some fries and a drink. And the quesadillas are always so hit or miss, so let's just see how today's is looking. Chips are like stale, but that's fine. Okay, so do you know what guys? I actually enjoyed that. But the fact that it's literally like burritos, tacos, quesadillas, and they don't give you napkins, ridiculous, a joke. Honestly though, I am Taco Bell's biggest hater, but also their most loyal customer, so I need to just shut up. Anyway, enough of this laughing and giggling. It is time to get to work and get started on this absolute beast of a book. I do not remember like much of what happened in the second book. I just remember the ending. Like, I remember where we finished off. I'm not exactly sure how we got to that point, but we're just gonna go for it. I'm so excited to just get all cozy and read. So like the weather's not great or anything, and that's why I used to love like coming during summer when you could watch like the sunset, or it'd be like a lovely blue sky that you're reading in front of. But there's something about this that is so cozy. Guys, I just opened the page, like just to do a wee cute like clip of me opening the book. I did not see this art. Oh my god, that is literally gorgeous. Oh my god. One thing I can tell you guys for free is that I am not ever reading a map or like a list of characters at the start of the book. I'll figure it out as I go. Also, I think that's always such a nice touch at the start of these books when they're like, this has been translated from Navarium. One thing that's actually really good about doing this in the winter is my little car is such a heat box. So like, see, when I come during summer, I'm kind of dying a wee bit. Like, I need to have all the windows open and stuff, keep the aircon on. Whereas, because it's like kind of cold, I've just got the heating, like the warm toasty heating on, and I am just sat here like, I'm actually loving life. I'm so cozy and just loving this so much. Oh my god, I can see two women over there like in their swimming costumes, like they're about to get in the water. This is crazy. I've actually never seen people swim in this loch before. Majorly respect that. Guys, no, they've gone fully in. This is crazy. I'm actually invested in this now because I cannot even imagine how cold that water must be. So I've made it to like chapter 5, just stopped about here. So initial thoughts. At first I was like reading this and I was struggling so hard to concentrate. Like, it just felt like I was reading a different language. Like, everything was going in one ear and out the other, like no comprehension of what I was reading. So it was taking me a long time to actually like get through stuff, because I've been reading for like over an hour now and I'm actually on page 40, which usually I would have a lot more done in that time, but obviously it's quite a big book as well, so it takes longer to read the pages. Can you guys hear that rain? That is so cozy. I love it. But yeah, so then I felt like I kind of got into it a lot more, and like I was just kind of like focused by that point, and I'm like following the plot, but see, like the politics, I like feel like I cannot remember a thing. I feel like I'm struggling to know or understand the politics. I'm almost like, did I ever understand the politics? Like, there's just so much going on and it's very dense, but I'm hoping that just like with time reading it, like I'll pick it up as I'm going along. On a good note though, I am loving Zayden and Violet. Like, I forgot how good they are together and like how much I love their conversations and him and just like everything about them. I love that. So I forgot how good that was. So like every time there's a scene of them together, I'm like, yep, I am there. I think like I need a break from it now because my head is hurting. I'm gonna go home and we're gonna try and read some more tonight and see what we can get through. Guys, I know I said I was gonna go, but I'm just sitting here right now so happy texting Lara because she's just finished Out on a Limb. Like, she literally started it yesterday, she told me, and she absolutely loved it as well. And also what she's just said reminded me of this. I should have told you guys this because I feel like this would convince so many of you to read it. There's no horrible third act breakup. They don't have a stupid third act breakup for no reason. They actually just like communicate and like look after each other as the relationship progresses, so that then there's no need for a stupid third act breakup, which I just love. Okay, now I need to actually go. Afternoon guys, I'm so excited to announce it is sunny today, or just like a wee bit sunny. It's honestly just a nice change from what we've had the past few days. So of course I need to get out of the house. Like, see, these days when it's such bad weather constantly, I just like, as soon as I see sun, I'm like, I need to get out. So we're actually going down to the loch again. Over this morning and last night I managed to get like 100 pages read, so I'm now at like page 180. We are back at the loch. got Onyx store. I'm about this much of the way through, got this much to go. So we're just gonna try and do some reading. It's like 3 PM, so the sun probably will start setting soon, but that's okay. I'm just gonna enjoy it whilst I've got it. It's so nice to have just a little bit of sunlight down here. I literally feel like this is a summer day. Like, I'm so excited. I also brought my iPad just to kind of do some like life planning, so we might do that too. Guys, this is the most like eventful reading period I've ever had. I just had a dog like who was just running about just come up, and at first he like appeared on this window and he like jumped up onto my car and was like, it was just so unexpected, so I literally shit myself. And then like, but I was like, I couldn't see any owners, so I just went back to my book. He comes round the other side, right there as wee face pops up. The way I actually was about to pass away, I was actually just sitting there like I think it was like the couple like 2 cars over, it was their dog, and they were just like sat looking out the window, and I was like, can you please collect your dog? I love dogs, but that was so unexpected, and I was like, what do I do with it? Like, it was like a low-key scary dog, and he seemed like he would jump through the window if I opened it or anything. So yeah, that was alarming. Good morning besties, it is currently like 8 AM. Random, but I'm about to do my first Spanish class back. I did Spanish lessons with a teacher for like 4 years, but we stopped doing them in like August. I was like, oh, I'll just like get a new teacher, like I'll just get back into it. But sometimes I feel like when you fall out of a routine that you've been in for so long, it's so difficult to like finally get back into it. And I feel like I've totally lost my confidence with Spanish. Like, I was at a pretty good like fluency level when I was doing it with her, but now I've just totally lost my confidence. But I'm adamant that this year I'm getting my Spanish skills back. So I've got my first class this morning. Wish me luck. Here's hoping I'll remember some of what I'm trying to say, but fingers crossed. It's definitely a good start to the week doing this first thing. Okay, I'm about to enter the classroom. I'm so nervous. Guys, I've just finished my first lesson back, and my teacher was so lovely. That was the first time meeting her. She was literally lovely and so like easy to talk to and stuff. I think it can be like so nerve-wracking like doing something like that again when you're out of practice, but she was just so lovely. So I was literally like booking up my next 5 lessons. So yeah, very excited about that, and it's been a great start to the week. So I will catch up with you guys later today. Guys, I genuinely was not going to vlog and read this book tonight purely because of these unicorn cuddles. I just like cannot cope filming with them. But guys, I'm so sorry, like I am craving reading this book. I'm really nervous too because I've only got like 140 pages left. I posted a TikTok earlier like jokingly being like, I might just not finish this. Like, I don't want to see what kind of fuckery Rebecca is going to pull in these last few pages of this book. Like, I know it's just going to end like tragically, and I just don't even want to know. Like, I'm happy with where we are right now. And everyone in the comments was like, yeah, you should not finish this. And now I'm like even more scared, so unsure. But I really just, sorry, not Eloise getting in the way, but I really just want to keep reading this. I'm just really in the mood to like sit with my book and read tonight. So unfortunately, you're just gonna need to deal with it with the unicorn cuddles. I'm so sorry, guys. As always, popcorn at the ready. So just went down to the station to find that my train's been cancelled, so I'm gonna wait for the next one. I've came home and wait for like 20 minutes and then we shall try again. I'm gonna just make a wee bit of breakfast because I won't have time for prep now. Okay, take two. We're getting the train now. And honestly, this is even better because it's actually daylight. So I'm like manifesting this is what it's gonna be like in just a few months, light at this time in the morning. Good morning everyone. I am convinced today's going to be the day that I finish Onyx Storm. Yesterday I started filming in the morning and in the afternoon. I could not finish it when I came home because I was going to try and read, but I had had 2 hours sleep the night before, so I started reading last night and genuinely my eyes were shutting within 10 minutes. So I was like, just get a good night's sleep, and now I've had 10 hours sleep and I feel so good. So we're going to do a lot of reading today hopefully because I'm working from home. The weather is also delightful outside, like frosty but sunny, which is just my favourite weather during winter. I also do just want to say I'm sorry if this vlog has been a little bit all over the place, like with days and stuff, like kind of starting filming on some days and then not finishing it and just picking up the next day. I have just had a lot going on this week, so I kind of said to myself I was just gonna like film when suited and when I was actually reading rather than trying to film, like do a full like week in my life vlog. It's more just a reading vlog, so I hope that that's okay and easy enough to follow along. Actually though, just before I log on, I thought I would give you guys like other reading update because I'm obviously reading Onyx Storm right now, but I'm actually reading 2 other books alongside that, which I never usually do, and it's just what I've been in the mood for at the moment. So the first thing that's gonna shock you guys, I'm reading a non-fiction book on the side because like I said, I'm kind of going through it right now, so you know it's bad when she's like she needs a self-help book. So Lara got me this book for my birthday because she said this girl is friends with Dolly Alderton, who wrote Everything I Know About Love, which is like one of my all-time favourite books ever. It's my comfort book, and she said she thought this would be like kind of similar writing and kind of similar like storytelling. So this is How to Fail by Elizabeth Day. She also has a podcast called How to Fail where she like interviews like famous people about all the times they failed and what they learned from it. I feel like it's just what I need now because it does have like all these different chapters of like how to fail at your 20s, how to fail at tests, how to fail at fitting in, like stuff like that. And yeah, it's just quite comforting, so I'm really enjoying that at the moment. I've only got about 100 pages left of that. And then the other night I finished Caught Up, which I was in the middle of, which is the 3rd book in the Windy City series. I gave that like a 3.75 stars. I actually loved it. Like there wasn't one point I wasn't enjoying. But when I started reading Onyx Storm, I kind of forgot about it and just didn't read the last like 20 pages because I was kind of like, well, like we know what's going to happen now. Like it's almost done. So I took like a wee 0.25 because I was like, if I'd really loved that book, I probably would have been dying to finish it. But I still really enjoyed it and really recommend it. It was so cute and so wholesome that it made me cry at points, but yeah, really enjoyed it. And so then last night I started Lost and Lassoed by Lila Sage. But can I just give my initial thoughts? Like I have realised like I can no longer do like stupid enemies to lovers, just so petty. And like one of the first things she said in the book, like so this is basically best friend's brother relationship and they're like enemies, but like she literally said like within the first chapter she was like, this guy is my arch nemesis, and I was like, but no he's not. Like in what world is he your arch nemesis? You live in a small town. Like no he's not. Like it was so dramatic that I was like, oh this is, I don't know if that's gonna piss me off, and or I don't know if I'm being a bitch about it, but I just don't love like pure forced enemies to lovers. But hopefully I'll enjoy it because I did enjoy Done and Dusted, and it'll just be a nice quick easy cowboy romance. But guys, I will say I honestly think the January reading wrap up is gonna eat this month. I have read like loads more books than usual. I think I've read like 8 or 9 books this month, like by the time I finish all these, which I think I will have all these finished. So yeah, watch out for that because I feel like it's going to eat this month. But I am just going to get logged in now and get started for the day, and I will probably speak to you guys around like lunchtime if we do go out a walk, if we do just stay in and read, and obviously tonight when we hopefully finish Onyx Storm, because I've got less than 100 pages left, so I think we can do it. Guys, it's time for lunch and I'm so excited because I'm having a pizza, and I've also not had breakfast just because there was nothing I wanted, and by the time I was like looking for breakfast it was almost time for lunch, so I was like, just wait for lunch. We are having a pesto and margherita pizza, which I just love. I don't know if you guys are pesto fans, but I'm a big pesto girl. I'm gonna start reading whilst the pizza's in the oven. We're reading in my mum and dad's room, as you can see today, because the sun just coming through the blinds right now, sending me into like a happiness spiral. So I'm just gonna sit here, start reading, and yeah. My pizza's almost ready, so I feel like I need to give like an update on just my thoughts on this book, because I've genuinely only got like 60 pages left, and guys, I just don't know what it is, why I'm just like, I just don't like care about this book, but I don't know why, and I don't know what the issue is, or if there even is an issue, because I literally like, I look forward to reading this. When I'm reading it, I'm like enjoying what I'm reading, but I have an opinion on nothing. Like, I'm literally just like, okay, these things are happening, and then like I feel like maybe there'll be something crazy at the end, but like I'll be like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know what it is. There's something about this that's just felt like quite dense. Like, I don't feel like I've been transported into the world, if that makes sense, which I think I definitely felt with the first and second book, and I'm just not feeling with this. But then once again, like, it's not even a complaint, because when I'm reading it, I'm like following along quite happily. I do not know what's going on. Chapter 58. Excuse me. Once again, that's what I mean, no plot twists. Like, I'm kind of going through the motions with this book, so I'm like, wow, that's a twist, but okay. Okay, so we made it up until chapter 61. I think we're getting into like the last few chapters now, because I'm on page 490. We are getting to the end. I'm scared, but also am I? Because I feel like I'm going through the motions with this. So let's just hope there's like a good ending that will keep me like hooked enough to read the next book. Okay guys, it's a wee bit later, had my shower, washed my hair. Don't know if you can tell, I've kind of revamped my room just a tiny bit. I got some new bed sheets, and then I also like changed the batteries for my fairy lights so you can actually see them now. But it's time to finish this book. I can't lie, I'm kind of excited to finish it. Like, I don't know if I'm in a rush to continue this series. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going through the motions with it, where at some points I'm reading it and I'm like, I'm loving this, I'm so invested, and then at other points I'm just like, I don't care. So I'm hoping we'll have a good ending that's strong enough to keep me like engaged for the next book. We will just need to find out right now. I'm sorry. What? Am I stupid? Have I missed something? I don't understand the last line. What the fuck? Guys, I'm sorry, but I don't think we can discuss until I go onto TikTok and like maybe have someone like translate that for me, what just happened, because honestly I'm confused. Okay. Guys, can I be honest? Like, is this a safe space? Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. Okay. Right. I'm really just jumping into this with no context. Right, I finished the book, obviously, and now I need to share my thoughts. Fourth Wing, the first book, was a 5 stars. I ate it up because I'm gonna say something that is going to be controversial. I think there are some books that you enjoy, like even some books I've absolutely loved, where you still think this author, they're not a fantastic writer, but maybe like the story that they're telling is great and the characters they're writing about is great. And I think that was the way it was with Fourth Wing. I give Fourth Wing 5 stars. Like, I ate it up because I think the story, the concept was so good. I think that put it in a league of its own, because the dragon thing, well, I don't know about you guys, like I personally hadn't seen that before, and so I was like, well, that puts it in a league of its own. And even though I was like, the writing's not the best in the world, like I ate it up because of the story and the characters. Now I think that it's getting more high fantasy and there's some like proper serious world building required. It puts it in the same category and league as like other high fantasy series, such as maybe Throne of Glass. Obviously take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt, this is just my opinion. I think then when you put this in the same league as those books, I don't think it lives up to it at all. And I think, to me anyway, it becomes glaringly obvious that the writing isn't great. That is just my opinion. So I truly felt the only time I was invested in this book was when Violet and Xaden were together, or when the dragons were there and like all those kind of conversations. I just don't think the fantasy elements of it and the world building lived up to other series I've read. And I say that because it's not just a case of I don't like fantasy, so that's why I've not enjoyed it, because I really have loved other probably more complex books than this. It's gonna sound so patronising. Once again, please take everything I'm saying with a pinch of salt. Like, I'm not an author, so it's just my opinion. I just don't think the fantasy and the world building was good enough. By the end of it, I felt like I was just desperate to get through it. Don't get me wrong, the ending definitely took me by surprise, but I kind of knew I just wasn't going to care, and I didn't. I actually felt myself growing more and more disconnected from the characters and from the story than when I started, which is crazy. But yeah, so that would be my honest review of this book. I'm honestly like not sure if I'm going to continue this series, because I feel like it's like going somewhere that I'm not obsessed with. Like, I'm not that into it. I really would love to know your guys' thoughts of it, because I feel like I have also heard a mix of reviews on it. Like, I know a lot of people have said the ending was really like confusing and really frustrating, so please let me know. So yeah, that was me reading Fourth Wing this week. Please let's discuss this in the comments below, and of course if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week for another video.